All About Tech merchandise is now available on Cora Merch. Check out the amazing designs that that they've come up with. I'm really proud of this moment. Use code AAT15 for 15% off. I've managed to get that discount code just for you guys, my subscribers. So go ahead, check it out, support the channel if you can. It really means so much to me, and I wouldn't have merch if it wasn't thanks to you guys, so thank you so much for that. Also, All About Tech and Cora Market have partnered up to bring you guys a very special giveaway. It's the brand new OnePlus 6T. Cora Market is sending one over. It should be here by the 14th, where I'll do an unboxing, an initial review. Do like an initial review for it, and then I will give it away. So biggest giveaway I've ever done on the channel. Stay tuned for that. I am so excited by this. It literally means so much. Thank you, Cora Market, for sponsoring the All About Tech channel, All About Tech's first ever sponsorship. So thank you so much for that. So how's it going, everyone? My name's Mick Ambrose. Welcome to All About Tech. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to talk about a couple things. I really like having this merchandise in the background. I'm so proud of it. The awesome stuff T-shirt has to be the highlight. It has to be the highlight. I'm really proud of it. Don't forget to use that discount code for 15% off. All links will be in the description for that. The first thing I want to talk about today is a exchange listing for Electroneum, and I just want to make people think and be cautious, and always be careful, because whilst Folex could be a completely legitimate exchange, they're brand new, they don't launch until the 16th of November, but we do have to remember that Electroneum haven't endorsed this exchange whatsoever. They've not announced anything themselves on this. I think Folex Exchange have seen Electroneum as a really good project and gone on their own back to integrate Electroneum, because they may benefit from it, from trading fees, etc. I just want, the last thing I want is to hear about an exchange going down because they've bitten off more than they can chew by creating an exchange, etc. We look what happened to Maple Exchange. Electroneum didn't endorse that exchange, yet they went under, and some people lost their Bitcoin, some other altcoins that are on it, and it was only a small amount of ETN on that exchange, but there was nonetheless a small amount of ETN on that exchange. And I just feel, as someone that covers ETN, I just feel like I have to do it's my responsibility to make sure that that you guys are aware that is a risk you take when you use an exchange that isn't technically endorsed by ETN, so you don't know how legit they are, etc. This isn't me knocking Folex Exchange at all. They could end up being a really good exchange, just they've come out of nowhere, and ETN haven't endorsed it, so just be very careful on that. That's all I want to say on it. Just keep an eye on it. They're saying they're listing ETN, so hopefully it turns out to be a legitimate exchange, etc. I just know it's not been endorsed by ETN so far. We've not heard anything from them directly, so just something to think about. And what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about a article written by the Electroneum Director Chris Gorman. I know Sean Davis has recently released a video on this, and I really recommend you watch it. He's done a fantastic job with that video. I also wanted to give it a little bit of coverage, just because there's some things in here which it just absolutely, it's just mind-blowing to think about when you actually think about ETN as a project, what direction they're going in, and what experience they have. I've already covered a video on Chris Gorman before. I've covered a video on Richard Ells before. I've covered a video about the team. and their experiences. But I want to talk about this article because he's openly coming out now and talking about all of his experience that he has within the mobile industry, and that's 33 years experience, which is absolutely massive. And Chris Gorman's quite a big name in the UK because he's been on some really successful business ventures. One of those business ventures being DX Communications, which was a which is a very successful company, which was actually bought for £35 million by it was, I can't remember which company bought DX Communications, but it was really successful. So I think no one should be questioning his work ethic or anything like that. He's extremely hardworking. He's clearly putting in a lot of time and effort for the community to bring out this article, and it does counteract some of the FUD going around with the delay in KYC, etc. So he talks about how he's gone through every trend in the mobile industry to date, from the launch of wireless, SMS texting, to camera phones becoming a thing, multimedia when MP3 first became a thing. I know he did some work about like an alternative to iTunes, which was successful. And you think about iTunes years ago was the only player in the game, and many years ago, back when MP3s first became a thing, it was actually quite hard to get a hold of music digitally, and one of his business ventures managed to make that possible and to become a good competitor to iTunes. And if you look at this, over the years, he's brokered over 80 deals within the mobile industry. And when we think about people complain about the mobile miner because it gives away free cryptocurrency. They were the first to give away free phones to acquire new customers. It's all about giving people a taste of what it is. You drive growth much faster that way. It's like going into the supermarket and there's people giving away free tasters of food. And if they like it, they go and buy some. If they like the mobile miner, if they like Electroneum, they like the use of it, they go out and buy some. They go out and use it more. They use the ecosystem. They buy things with it. They use a mobile operator, and this is talking in the future. They move mobile operators purely so they can use ETN as a payment method for their bill. It's all about giving people that opportunity to test a product, especially right at the early stages. You can't just create this entire ecosystem and then charge people to try it out when nobody's tried it out yet. You need to give people that opportunity to test it. And the mobile miner, I doubt it will I doubt it will be something that lasts for years and years and years and years, because it helps to grow the company, and then once the company's everywhere, there might not be the need for it anymore. They might do something else. But the mobile miner is vital for massive growth at the beginning stages, especially that. And they talk about how there's been a shift of attitude towards there's like been a shift in mood across the mobile industry, and that has translated to a shift in attitude towards them, Electroneum, in a positive way, because we're talking about a cryptocurrency that has gone for the mobile industry by developing a mobile app, making it whole, making the entire experience for our smartphones, and that's getting Electroneum noticed by these players in the mobile industry. And the fact that people are seeking out ETN now, which he states in this article, because they have a working product, because they have an ecosystem that you can literally see that's going live. They have the instant payment system, and they have the vendor network, which is ever growing, and it's only going to continue to grow because it's right at the beginning stages. And then to have fiat trading for those vendors to be able to swap in and out of fiat and ETN in like pretty much instantly, through liquid being absolutely pivotal for that, because it's such a professionally put together exchange. Vendors will be happy to use that exchange to transfer their ETN into fiat. And this one paragraph here, to me, that one paragraph shows more developments in a crypto project than what most crypto projects have done throughout their entire lifespan. This one paragraph shows that ETN has more use case than most cryptocurrencies in the top 100. And that's one small paragraph. Directly underneath, he talks about know your customer and how it is so important to them, and that, yeah, there's been a recent delay in the full launch, but it makes no difference to the structure of the deals, as he says. Everyone knows that they're committed to making it happen. And look, it's something they need to get the rest of the people over the line in terms of KYC. I know there's been some issues with the Yoti app, them not accepting certain documents and not having certain addresses around the world on their system, so people can't complete their level 2. But now ETN are recognizing that, they're changing the system, they're tweaking it. So and what this shows me is that, yeah, it's a small delay. Delays happen. They're a 1-year-old cryptocurrency, and they're not just a cryptocurrency, remember, they're a fintech, they're a hybrid between fintech and crypto. So they're building this entire product, this entire service, this entire ecosystem behind. And what that says to me is that they're not just going to leave and ditch the people that haven't been able to do KYC, because that doesn't promote inclusion, that doesn't promote inclusivity. And that is one of their overall goals, to have inclusivity, which he talks about as well down below. So I think, yeah, it's a delay. A delay doesn't sound very good, but at the same time, it's you can flip it and say that it's a positive, because it means that they're leaving no one behind. They're giving everybody the opportunity to get it done. Just because you and I could do level 3 in literally level 1, 2, and 3 in a day doesn't mean everyone else can. They may have to go off and get some paperwork or anything like that. You know, you got to give people the opportunity to, and if it means having the window a little bit longer, then that's fine. He talks about partnerships, how some are coming quick, some are coming slow. Electroneum is 1 year. It's 1 year old. It's just a year old, and that means that they've got to put together all of this evidence, all of this proof. They've got to put together their ecosystems for people to see, to convince them to partner with them. And their experience with the likes of Dr Chris Gorman OBE, knighted by the Queen for his contributions in business and his charitable work as well. Having people like him on the team that are really important key players to getting partnerships over the line. And he says, in this industry, in the mobile industry, and the same with a lot of other tech industries, once it starts, it goes really fast because the technology is so disruptive. What Electroneum are trying to do is really disruptive, and we have to remember that. So if it means having to wait a bit longer for it to kick off, as soon as it starts going, it will steam train ahead. Absolutely fantastic. He talks about how important the whole team is, and I've spoken about this before, so I'm not going to go into loads of detail. But they've got a range of experience from cryptocurrency, programming, user experience, blockchain, marketing, finance, business development, mobile, and the list goes on. They've brought together a wide range of skills that help to promote that inclusivity for everyone, because each person has a different skill set that they can bring to the table to bring an overall a well-rounded product, whereas just one thing that does really well. And the fact that Chris Gorman has stated that he's confident to put a stake in the ground and say no one in cryptocurrency has what we have, and that some claim to have elements, which is true. Some may have elements, but none of them have all of what ETN are doing, and that is extremely important. And then what does set us apart from the rest, and it's the biggest factor driving potential partners to pick up the phone, and that's what makes working with Electroneum exciting. And Chris Gorman, we're talking about Dr. Chris Gorman, OBE, Director of Electroneum, and he's gone through all the trends of the mobile industry. He was there as the pay-as-you-go and prepaid SIMs were introduced, and all the other things mentioned previously. And you just sit here and read this article and think they've got what it takes. And I don't think people should be questioning that experience and that knowledge and demanding things right now, because it's just not good. Just let them get on with it. We've seen some really positive things. And he also wrote something about inclusion and inclusivity, where they're all about inclusivity because inclusion is for a specific task, and inclusivity is to create products and development for all to get involved. And it's absolutely fantastic. And he sends a link to, and if you haven't seen it yet, it's this video here, I'll link it in the description, made by M Systems and Jeff. Jeff is the speaker on it, and this is an excellent video on showing, it showcases ETN's app fantastically, and it's on iOS, and it shows how not only microtransactions work, but you can send large amounts of money. They sent like $50,000 worth of ETN in this video, and it took like 2 seconds for it to be sent via the instant payment system. It's absolutely amazing. If you've not seen this video may just be the best Electroneum video I've ever seen, hands down. So good, absolutely brilliant, absolute professional is an understatement. Like, this video was so well put together, so well put together. And then just to end up the article as such, he talks about how embracing regulation, sharing revenue, and giving confidence in a proven product is creating substantial partner demand. Like Dr. Chris Gorman said, there's players in this mobile industry seeking them out and wanting to speak with them now, because they've got this working product, because they've got the instant payment system, because they've got the ecosystem, and because they've developed this API and vendor integration system that makes it easy. It makes it absolutely easy for them to do. So that, in a nutshell, is the article. This article, if you've not read it, go read it in full. It's so good to read. It is really good to read. I mean, I've just given all my opinions on it, and it's, like I said, Electroneum are very lucky to have such a person as their director, because he does bring to the table all of this experience. Like I said, all of his previous successful business ventures in the mobile industry. Like, he's been on the forefront of the mobile industry in the UK, and that it's just so important, especially for the recent FUD that about KYC. Like, yeah, there's been a delay, but we're talking about inclusivity. We're talking about including everybody. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. If you like this video, give it a like. Subscribe to All About Tech. If you haven't checked it out already, go check out the All About Tech merchandise on Cora Merch. I really appreciate everything that the community, have done for me since I've started my channel. And yeah, go check out Cora Merch. Go check out the Cora Tech Market. If you've got things that you want to sell for ETN, go check it out. It is really cool. And yeah, stick around for the OnePlus 6T giveaway. because I'm really excited for this one. I'm really excited for this phone because, like I said, they've been quite controversial. They've gotten rid of the headphone jack by putting in a in-display fingerprint sensor. So I really want to see how good that fingerprint sensor is. And Oxygen OS, the Android operating system on it, is supposed to be the closest thing to stock Android and the fastest experience on the market. But if you do check out Cora merch, check out the All About Tech merch, AAT15, get 15% off, a code that I managed to get just for you guys. And yeah, I really appreciate it. So like this video, comment down below what you think of this article. It is this screams that the future potential is so positive. And now that I'm at 20 minutes, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.